Alright, so this is my 97 Lincoln Town Car Executive Series, and my cat, Executive Series. So, I have a little problem with this car. The main radio that came in it, the stock radio, is acting funny, and I can't find a whole lot of information about the Executive Series with the JBL premium sound system in it. So I'm going to document everything that I do to it, that way I can put this up online. We now have MajinZendo TV T-shirts available on rayjohn.com. Please check the description below for more details. Also, my cousin Michelle has a YouTube channel called Unicorn and Centaur, Everyday Magic for Extra Equestrians. If you're interested in horses and that type of lifestyle, please go check her out. She's hilarious and it's a really good channel, very informative, and I would appreciate it.
This one's for the crew.
Alright, so here's the radio. What basically happens is I can be driving and listen to the radio just fine, and out of nowhere the lights down here over the preset buttons will start flashing funny. It'll change radio stations and then it'll just lose signal, and I can't control anything and do anything. I did get another radio that I thought I had where I could get my hands on it. There it is. Set it up, and I ordered a kit. It came with this silver, this green, and this black piece. Well, it says it fits a 97 Lincoln Town Car. Unfortunately, I didn't realize at the time that I ordered this that I have the premium sound system. So I'll show you. If I pull this radio out, and take this black wire off. Now, the adapter for this part that does the power, the ground, the remote wire and all that is the same. But none of these, green to black, none of these fit. The reason is this actually is not the full head unit. There is a amp and stuff that has the actual antenna and all that runs, and it's in the trunk behind the the rear seat, and this is just like a control wire. So these aren't going to be useful for that, because the speakers do not even run to here, they run only to the back. So what I've got to do is I've ordered the wires that go, you basically got to rewire the whole car, and bypass all this. This will just be dead. This just still plugs in, and all the speaker wires are to the back, and then you take it out of the amp and bypass it. So when those come in, we will continue this video. Alright, so we're back. The kit to run all the wires finally came in. This is for Ford Lincoln Mercury OEM amplifier bypass harness. Now this is crazy, because this is basically the same thing that I already had that came with that other kit that's already attached to here. In fact, it's the same colors and everything, I believe. But yeah, this runs and extends the antenna and all the speaker wires from behind the dash all the way to the amplifier, which is behind the seat. So I've got to run all that down. I got to still figure that out. I'll show you when I get done. I guess I'm gonna try to pop these panels and stuff off and try to go behind the carpet. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. But there's something else that came in the mail today that I want to add to see if it'll help out with the sound. These front speakers, they're decent. They're a little bit more bassy than what I actually prefer. So I'd like to try to add, a little harder to do with one hand than I thought. Some more range to the sound at the front. So I ordered these to try to offset that. Dang. Alright, hold on. Let's see. Don't ever just like take knives and rip it in the back like that. And I dropped the camera. Great. I got these cheap looking 500 watt Q-Power QT4 professional. It says professional accessories. The reason I got these tweeters, I only got them for like 10 bucks off of eBay. They come with the bass blockers included. Now, I don't care about having some really expensive tweeters. If they'll sound anything better than what's up here already, that works. And they already come with the bass blockers, whatever. So yeah, we're gonna hook these up and see what kind of difference they make. The other thing that I'm gonna go ahead and do is I want to be able to run this 5-volt USB other USB cable. That's the extension. I do want to mount it somewhere. I'll probably get it to where it comes out of the glove compartment or something, to where if I want to have like a thumbstick in it or something like that, I don't have to have something always hanging out of the front of the radio, the head unit, that I can just take like a USB stick loaded with music and just have it, you know, up in here somewhere. I gotta clean all this crap out anyway. So either that or have a quick connect somewhere else up here. I haven't made up my mind yet. When I get to that point, I'll let you know. So I'm gonna take some of this stuff apart. I want to hook the tweeters up to the front on the head unit and just kind of see what they sound like first. Let's try that. Alright, so I got it hooked up. Here's the tweeters. I got one right here and one right there. They actually get kind of loud. So, alright, that'll work. I just got to get it routed to where I want them and get everything installed with the wiring. So I'm going to figure out my route and we will return. Alright, so this is kind of cool. I did get the tweeter wire up in here where the radio goes. I realized this whole top of this vent thing pops up. So what I did was, there's like a little hole right there that goes right behind the radio that actually goes straight up under behind where this stuff is. So now what I can do is, after I attach them, I can pull the length that I need, and then the bass blocker part will just fit up inside of here, and then I can pop this down, and there might just be like a little bit of the wire that kind of sticks up right through here, depending on how I do the tweeters. I think I'm just going to put the tweeters like in the corners, angled right here on the dash, just to keep it clean. I don't like but I don't like when tweeters are way up here and they're too far away from where the actual speaker is. I'm not a huge fan of that. I sliced my finger. That's what I was looking at. But that would kind of keep it, when I have the door shut, that would have the speaker here and the tweeter like pretty close to it. And that accommodates the length of the wire that came with the tweeter. So I do believe I'm going to hold on to that. The next thing is that I was able to get this wire to go up behind the seat. There was a small little opening to where I can pull and go down here. Then I got to figure out how I'm gonna hide it under this channel. I already pulled it in over there, and it goes over to here. I'm not sure if I have to use these black and yellow wire that comes off of there. I don't know if that's for if I'm integrating something else. I took the antenna part and connected it from the amp, and I bypassed the black port at the top straight into my harness here. So all that'll get tucked in when I'm done. But that's what I've done so far. So now I just got to figure out how to get all of this to go across over. And I took a piece of wire here that I've got that goes all the way to the bottom for whenever I get it somewhere up in here. I can tape it that cluster wire with this and pull it up to this location. And yeah, when it all comes together, it should be pretty alright. So let me see how I can get all those wires cleanly to come up here. I mean, I guess I'm not opposed. I don't know. We'll figure it out and I'll come back. Alright, so I've already went down the seat and down to here. And this is where it's getting kind of tight. So I took this little rubber piece off, and now I can take the screwdriver and just kind of lift up, and the wires basically just slide in when I have it lifted up. It kind of takes two hands, honestly, but there we go. There we go. Anyway, you kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna go all the way down, then come up in here, and then we'll go from there. All right, I got it all in there. Goes down, up around behind the pedals as of right now, and comes to here. I'm gonna go ahead and tie them to here and try to get them to come up, and I'll tuck them up better, and we'll see what they look like when they come out of the dash up there. All right, so I got everything coming through up here. Here's the antenna piece, which is gonna be kind of tight. I'm gonna have to wait until I go to push everything in to hook that up. Here's the power stuff. Here's the tweeter wires. I put a little knot in the right hand side so I'll know which color to coat everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and splice all the wires together, and then I'll whatever. All right, I got everything but connected. Everything's but connected. Got the power plugged in. All I gotta do now is kind of clean everything up, make sure I can route the antenna correctly, and then I'm going to do a test run of it just to make sure that it works before I put everything in the way it's supposed to be, because then I still got to pull the slack out of these tweeter wires when I get it the stuff pushed in, so that I can get my length, and then we'll mount those over here in the corners on both sides. Alright, so like I said, I just kind of got it sitting there right now. It's not all the way in, but all of my speakers are working. All the speakers are working, and the antenna works, which is badass. So I'm going to go ahead and get these ran over and put in position, get the deck put in, and I guess I'll show you what the final looks like. Alright, so this is it in the dash, basically complete. I got the tweeters over in the corners, and I'm quite happy with it. A little bit more work than I'm used to put a radio in, but with it being my car, it's like, you know, might as well. The other radio, like I said, kept cutting out, doing that weird funky shit. Again, I could not find anything really helpful on YouTube with this. There was some people that kind of just showed you what to do but didn't actually run everything. It went pretty clean. I cut my fingers a lot on this trim. It was really sharp and stuff, but turned out pretty nice. So I'm pretty happy with it.
It's like a fucking alcoholic with a bottle full of more liquor, but I couldn't bottle this shit any longer. The fact that I know that I'm gonna hit my bottom if I don't pull myself from the jaws of defeat and rise to my feet. I don't see why y'all even started with me. I get in peace, my enemies die. I don't cease fire till at least all of the seats. I'm east side, never be caught slipping. Now you see.
Alright, well, I guess that'll do it for this video. I hope this helped somebody, and if it did, awesome. If not, at least my radio works. I'll catch you in the next one.